Hello and welcome to the YouTube channel of mprugs.com. My name is Mike Panna. I'm the moderator in the series of videos that is all about Persian rugs. And in this video, I'm going to talk to you about the hanging of Persian rugs. I made a video about a week ago, posted it on YouTube, and God bless you all for watching. I got several emails from folks. They either had questions about the hanging of rugs or they had other suggestions. During the last week, I also received a framed rug that is very time consuming. Well, it's not very difficult to make, but it is such an amazing idea that I thought I'm going to do a follow-up video. So if you have not seen the previous video where I talk about the hanging of rugs, I talk about how we go about framing Persian rugs, how you can put them in wooden frames, how we talked about how we actually hang them on walls. Well, now I'm going to show you, and this is specifically for those of you that have been kind enough to email me. You wanted to know, is there a way that we can hang up fine Persian rugs, especially the pure silk pieces, like the one that you see here, like the one that you see me holding in my hands? How can we hang up rugs without damaging them and without, I talked about using nails in the last video. And so here I'm going to show you what I think is an absolute gorgeous option. It may cost you $100 or $200, but if you are spending $1,000 or $2,000 or more on a rug and you want to have it framed, I think this right here to my right with this beautiful frame is a way to go. When we got this, this looks like something that came out almost a museum. All it needed was a little brass plaque at the bottom. It is such a perfect concept, especially for the silk rugs, that when I saw this, having just done the video on the framing of Persian rugs and how we do it and the trade and all that, I thought this will hopefully put to rest some of the questions and concerns that you have. And I'm also going to get behind the camera as I always do, and I'm going to actually show you how this works. It is not as expensive as it looks, and I think it looks absolutely stunning. But for those of you who have not seen the other video about the hanging of Persian rugs on walls and framing and all that, I'm going to put a link to my previous video in the description below, so that when you are, if you're on YouTube, look at my description. You will see the link to the old video. And if you happen to be watching the old video, here's the link to the new one. So in either case it goes, you will know what I'm talking about. But now I'm going to get behind the camera and now I'm going to show you about all the details and give you some ideas about this beautiful concept of framing Persian rugs that I think, especially for silk rugs, is definitely the way to go. So here I'm back again as always behind the camera, and as you can see here, we just got this a few days ago. We were able to purchase this gorgeous Turkish genuine Hereke rug from a collector, and like most Turkish Hereke rugs, here is one without the frame or anything. Very traditional. Pure silk, as you can, as you also know, with genuine Hereke rugs, they have very long fringes, and then you typically have a little signature at the top. And then this is very, very common. So they took a rug like this and they put it in a black frame. And I think this may answer some of the questions that I've had from my clients and some of the comments. I have shown you in my previous video how typically how rugs are framed, and I talked about how we use nails. Again, the video to that is in my description below in the video. I also talked about how I, for example, hung up the world map rug. I use nails at home. When we come here to the warehouse, then we use, as you can see, we have hooks along the top there. But when you are looking at buying a silk rug, I'm going to give you a different option. This is, like I said, I've had folks asking me about them, and I thought this was such a beautiful concept that it would be a shame not to share it with you. Basically, we have a black frame, nothing fancy. This is all plexiglass. I would imagine this probably may have only cost about $100. I don't think this was very expensive at all. And so it isn't this. I'm going to zoom out of this so we can show you the whole rug here. There we go. You can see how this rug is approximately 2 feet by 3 feet. It's about 60 centimeters by 90 centimeters. Now these do have long fringes, but the way the frame is set up, it actually, the fringes, everything is attached. I'm going to flip the frame around, and it's a little bit heavy. Bear with me here for just a minute. So here's the back of it. 2 pieces. They basically have a cardboard in the back, and it's all stapled in. And like I said, if you want to pause the video, simply take some snapshots of the screen with this, take it down to a frame shop, and they should have no problems producing something similar for you. And then they have this opening at the top. And at the opening here, this is where the magic basically happens. The black board that's in the rug, that is where the rug is mounted to, that's inside. Real simple to do. And then at the top here, you can see they put the anchor, there we go. They got the hooks hanging on the wall, and you are done. Okay, so here I am back again. Take a look at this very top. Notice how the rug right here is on the top of the black background, the black board. But at the top, they made an incision, and the rug then goes above that. Then the fringes are falling in the back. So here we have the rug. Looks absolutely, I think, stunning. No dust gets in, nothing happens. And as you can see here, for example, being that this is a Turkish rug, there is the Harike signature. This is an absolute gorgeous way to display a silk rug. For those of you who don't want to put nails, like I said, the ones that we have at home, we just take tiny nails and we put them through the rugs. In the other video, I talk about how we hang up, how we literally nail the rug to the back. Some folks were not too keen about it. The reason that you put nails throughout the rug, I'm just going to flip this thing around and you can see what I'm talking about. And this is something that I discuss in the other video, is the reason that we use nails and not clamps is we want to make sure that this rug stays tight. What we have found is that if you use clamps, Eventually, the clamps will allow the rugs to sink in. They lose some of the tension, and it just doesn't look right. But generally speaking, because once a rug is framed, it is framed for life. We use, and this is standard in the Persian rug industry. When you go into a rug store and you see rugs, pictorial rugs that are framed, flip them around. Chances are you're going to see this. In fact, I have never seen a Persian rug store use clamps on their rugs. But if you want an alternative, here it is. Here you have a rug where it is actually put behind plexiglass. So there you go. I hope this video is of help to you. Again, this is a follow-up video to the one that I took last week. The description to the other video that talks about framing and then also just hanging up rugs in general. The link to it is in my description. So if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Leave them in the comments section, or as many of my clients have done with the previous email, with the video, they just emailed me. And feel free to visit us at mprugs.com. Thanks again for watching. Best wishes to you all, and we look forward to putting more videos there for you to look at. Take care. Bye-bye.